Hey, it's Eamon from ipXchange. We're at Maker Faire Rome 2023. It is the second day, Saturday. I'm with Giovanni and Giovanni from the University of Siena.
Hi.
And they've got a very interesting project to do with wearable haptics and connecting humans and robots.
Yes?
Cool. So, yeah, if you could just jump in and explain a bit about the project, and I'll ask some questions along the way.
Yes, okay. So, hello everyone. I am Giovanni. It's a pleasure to be here for this interview. So, we represent the University of Siena and in particular the robotics lab.
Mm-hmm.
And our main focus is regards medical robotics, so assistive robotics for people who have strokes. So, this in particular is a sixth finger, which is, I will show you. Can you hold my mic, please? So, it's like a wearable, as we were saying, but this is not haptics, because indeed it is useful in order to provide an additional finger for people who, because for instance of some strokes, are not capable of moving anymore the fingers. So they have the hand, but they are not capable of grasping with it. So this is useful because, for instance, if I want to grasp this bottle, I may use this extra finger in order to be able to grasp it and hold it.
Oh, excellent. Wow.
And then I can release. So of course you have to imagine that people with strokes like this have still their hand, so they can use it as a they can exploit it in order to hold the grasp.
Excellent.
Thank you.
And what's this other bit here?
Okay, so this instead is more the haptic device. And in particular, this exploit this system, which instead, can you put your finger inside here? Yes.
Is okay?
Perfect. Now the system is calibrating.
It's terrifying. It's the first time I've interacted with the demo.
Okay, and so now if you may press here, you will hear the same pressure there. So it is like
wow.
So you may, I can hold your mic so such that you can do it better. And you can see that whenever you press, this reproduces the force.
Whoa, that's really, really trippy. Cool.
And this, for instance, the main application, which is really interesting, regards medical, how can I say, so a visit with your patient, which is remote, and so cannot touch you, but if you have this system, so the doctor has this sensor. This one. And instead you have a glove which has this other one. You are able to visit your patient even though you are remote.
Oh wow.
And here, for instance, to feel some, I don't know the English word, but for instance,
like
when you have
pulse or like a swollen gland or something.
Exactly.
Oh wow, incredible! That's incredible.
Thank you.
Cool.
Giovanni, do you want to add something, maybe? Okay, so that's it.
So how long have you been working on these projects?
Well, of course, this is quite an old one. So you have to imagine that this was developed, the idea for the first time in 2013. So really old, but this is now a startup, which is called Existo, and now has developed and is developing separately from our lab. So as you know, in the lab you build the idea, the concept, and so on, and then with the company you can build a functional product.
Excellent. Well, I think the final thing I'll ask is, what are you doing with this in your project?
This is a leap motion, so it's used for tracking the hand. So usually what you can do is to merge haptics and virtual worlds. So I don't know if you know, virtual worlds are worlds where you can interact with digital objects.
Oh, yes.
And haptics becomes fundamental in feeling, in having the feedback for these things that you are otherwise cannot feel because they are not real. So this is fundamental, and that's how we may measure this. And for instance, this is another startup also which has been developing for our lab, our lab. I can show you also this one, but however, unfortunately, I am not able to show it working now because we don't have the virtual tools.
No worries.
So if you insert your finger here, it's like, from this side.
From that
side. You may feel here a pressure or temperature of objects that you are touching in the virtual world.
Oh wow,
So this is another thing. And so, for instance, for tracking, you may use the leap motion device.
Interesting. Cool. So, is this your first time at Maker Faire Rome, or?
Yes, exactly. Yes, because I am a first year PhD student at the first year.
Oh wow. Okay.
He is really young. He's just a bachelor thesis. He has done the bachelor thesis here, which is something similar to this, but exploiting a different joint. But however, it's so he is really young. I'm a bit older, but still at the first time.
Cool.
My first fair in my life.
Wow. Well,
I'm a bit shy.
understandable. It's been really bustling this year.
Yes.
Cool. Well, thank you very much, Giovanni and Giovanni.
It's been a pleasure.
University of Siena, the robotics department, definitely something to follow.